Rabbi, we are back with Janine, and we have another episode of Crazy Dating Stories. Do you want to hear this week's? Are you up for it, Rabbi?
Gosh, another one.
You haven't lost your patience, have you? Come on, everybody can relate to these crazy stories, no? People have all got crazy stories, just not everybody wants to share publicly, but Janine has so graciously graced us with her story. So, okay, I can't wait another second. Go. What is the story?
Okay, fine. So I was interacting with someone. He was far away. He was about 800 miles away from where I was. Okay. And we're chatting. It's going nicely. And
online or text?
It's online. It was it was on text. It was on text. We're on WhatsApp though, and I'm like, let's get on a video call. And he's like, and whatever that was, there was no video call. It's like, so then like the next day I'm like, okay, let's get on a video call. Because it turns out once I get on a video call, you get a better feeling than just through text. So I wanted the video call. Let's get the video call, and then I'm going to know whether it's go, no go. Let's do the video call. And he's like, and then finally I'm like, listen, let's do it right now. Like, we're texting, you're available. Let's do a video call right this second. And he goes back to me. He's like, listen, I'm going to need a couple minutes because I've got to get my glass eye in. Huh? And I was like, what?
She said glass eye. Glass
eye, right? I was like, oh, laugh out loud. And then we get on the call, right? I write laugh out loud on the WhatsApp. We get on the call. We're having the call. Call's going pretty good. He's interesting. He has interesting hobbies. He has an interesting job. All good. And then at the end of the call, we hang up. And then he texts me back. He WhatsApps me back, and he's like, "Oh, did you see the glass eye?" And meanwhile, that was the last message. The previous two messages after I said laugh out loud. He goes, "Why are you laughing? It's not a joke. I got into an accident, a construction accident before his higher learning education, and I lost the eye." And so I was like, "Oh, I didn't actually see these messages that it was a real glass eye during our call. I didn't notice." And it's so interesting because if I had a glass eye, I'm thinking like contacts. Don't you just leave it in? Like, do you pop out the like that? Like, why? Like, does it feel better? Is it irritating to have it in? Why are you putting it in and out? And so I forget what he responded to that. He was just like, whatever, some kind of par response. And then we have a few more interactions. And then he's like, oh, because I think I asked another question about the glass eye, because quite honestly, I don't have one. And it's fascinating to me. Like, how does it go? Like, do you have to put it into a solution? Is it like contacts? I don't know. And he goes, I was just joking. I don't have a glass eye.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, what? You said you weren't joking. What do you mean you're now joking? Like, I don't understand.
He had a whole story, like a construction accident. He had a story of how it happened and when it happened.
I was about to say, Janine, you are being so insensitive.
Right? No, but she was being curious. Like, first it was a joke, and she was like, oh, haha. And then he's like, no joke. She's like, oh, sorry. Like, tell me about it. Like, curious. I thought the curiosity, I think that's great. There's something going on. Hey, what's it like to have that? I've never had that before. I don't know what that feels like. I would be thinking what you're thinking, like, because it needs to be lubricated so I can pop it right in. Like, can it just easily, how do you actually get it out? Like, I know how to get contacts out, but do you how do you pop that thing out?
Exactly. That was my question.
He was joking, Rabbi.
He was joking. But he said like that. So right, it was so unclear. How can you be so unclear? How can you say
no? That wasn't unclear. That was clear. He said he wasn't joking. So
right.
Why did he go from joking to I'm not joking to haha, I'm joking? Rabbi, you're a man. Can you explain this?
I'm in shock.
That's why we call these crazy dating stories. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't understand.
He doesn't even have any words.
Oh, I don't understand.
Because I was about to say, like, just be nice. The poor guy, like, it's not his fault, and maybe there's somebody that will love him, but obviously not you right now. And I was like about to defend this poor man, and now that's not funny.
It's not funny.
Right. Everybody has different senses of humor, and I wouldn't even call that dark humor. That's just like, what?
No, that's not okay.
Confusing. Right.
And I think that okay, if you want to play, I understand dating is a game. I hate the game. I understand there's a lot of playfulness, and I like playfulness within the dating process. But be honest. You can find something, if you want to find something extreme, find something extreme about yourself. Everyone's got something they can talk about.
Right.
But that's not okay.
Right. And that was the bit that hit me. Like, again, there was nothing besides that. That was my big red flag. I mean, okay, there were a couple orange flags here and there, but they weren't going to stop me. But if I can't believe you, right? If you tell me something and I can't believe you, I don't know where to go with that.
He obviously is a good liar because you believed him for a certain amount of time. So he was able to carry that story.
Rabbi, I would have believed him. He had a whole story.
Yeah.
He said, I had an accident before I went to university in construction. I lost my eye. I've got a glass eye. And that makes perfect sense to me. I don't know about the popping it in thing. I might have Googled that and been like, can you, maybe after this, I'm going to Google it. Everybody, it's going to be so popular on Google because everybody's Googling, can you pop out a glass eye?
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are the limits? Let's just talk about this a second, Aleeza. What are the limits of playfulness when it comes to dating?
Listen, if he would have said like, oh, I got to go pop my glass eye in, and she'd have been like, oh, haha, funny. He would have been like, yeah, just kidding. Although I did have a friend who had a glass eye, blah, 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 right? Like there kind of needs to be a little bit of a reference there of like, why is that funny? Maybe I knew somebody else and I was like trying that haha on for size, but it should come like joke, punchline. Right?
Yeah.
There was no punchline of, haha, I'm kidding. Like, it was just an exaggerated joke that went on through multiple texts, through a conversation virtually, and then in person. And then it was like, I don't understand what just happened. Like, why would you carry this conversation on? And this, not conversation, but like, why would you carry this joke on? It's not a joke. And then he's like, I'm just kidding, but like that's not funny. You didn't make a joke. Had you ended the joke after you told it, it would have been a joke, but to carry it on, like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm thinking this out as I'm talking. Say the joke, I have a glass eye. Haha, really? No, just kidding, but my buddy does. Okay, end, right? Now come back to it 3 days later. Oh, I'm going to be late for my Zoom. I got to pop the glass eye in, right? Ha ha, because we already established it's not a glass eye. Now you're just referencing something that you made into a joke and it comes back later. That's funny.
That's funny.
That's humor, that's shtick, that's play, that's dance.
It's dark, but it's funny.
Well, right. It's dark, but there's humor to it. But to like go on with a joke that's not a joke isn't a joke. Is that wise? Did you understand that?
Yeah.
That's what I think. To go on with a joke that isn't a joke, not funny.
Just when you thought you heard it all.
Now you know. Crazy dating stories. Stay tuned for another episode. Janine, we're coming back for more. We love you. You're not allowed to get married because you just have to keep dating. I know so many people with these stories. Most of them wouldn't be willing to be public about them and share them and help other people feel normal about these situations. So I really appreciate you doing this and allowing us to just get a glimpse at what it's like to be in the dating world and some of the things that people are experiencing so that other people can be like, oh my gosh, thank God I'm not the only one. Oh, there's other people that are experiencing this too. Okay, that's just what it is. We get some normal dates, we get some interesting dates, and we get some crazy dates. And out of that, we get these crazy stories, which make for a great podcast. So thanks. And Rabbi, we're coming back for more.
I can't imagine what could be crazier than what we've heard already, but okay.
Gotta wait to find out. We'll see you next time.